Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Wednesday, March 8th. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Hope you all are getting off to a great start on this beautiful morning. Coming up today, we talk about movement and why that may be the best way to go if you're dealing with a back condition or some sort of back pain. We talk with Pilates instructor, business owner, and author Erin Myers in a few short minutes. After that, we talk about and share with you another workout that could transform your life and give you a lot more energy. Where you can find this particular workout and what it's all about coming up a little bit later. And then Devon and Sylvia are in the kitchen for Devon's table. And today, let me tell you, they're talking about dessert wine, one that is can be sweet, but very, very tasty. Now let's get a look at our headlines. Hundreds of sexual assault kits are being outsourced and heading to DNA Labs International in Deerfield Beach, Florida. This is being done to help reduce the turnaround times and the backlog of the many kits. This is also being done with the help of a $1.5 million federal grant. Tennessee awarded a contract to DNA Labs International. You can read by going to mainstreetnashville.com. Two mid-state drivers for Republic Service recently represented their company in the Road EO National Championships in Phoenix, Arizona. Michael Passarella and Jeffrey Anderson tested their skills against the best in the company. The drivers were timed on the event, which included an obstacle course that required some maneuvering of a bulldozer and so many other tasks. Passarella actually took home second place. You can read more about the drivers in the Rodeo National Championship by going to CheathamCountyExchange.com. And you now only have to go to one spot to find maps depicting local, state, and congressional legislative districts, community demographic profiles, maps depicting land use in Tennessee, and much more. This was recently created by the Tennessee Comptroller's Office. Read all about it and get more information by going to mainstreetmediatn.com. Before that, I'm sure you want to know all about the weather and what's in store for you a little bit later today. And plus, hear a fun fact about our incredible state. We have Justin Kulik with us now to share both of those things. First off, Justin, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you, Stephanie?
I'm wonderful. It's a beautiful morning.
It is. It's fantastic. It's going to get a little chilly later, but first, the fact.
Give the fact.
Did you know that Tennessee has over 10,000 caves and caverns?
No.
It's fun, isn't it?
More than 10,000. I like it. I would love to travel and see them all.
I just don't like spiders. So, by all means, have at it, but I just couldn't do it. Your weather for today.
I'll let you know how it is.
Right, exactly. Your weather for today is overcast with a slight chance of rain, 15%. As we go into the night, it'll be 46. It'll drop down to, it'll be overcast throughout the night. And that is your weather for today.
Justin, thanks. Movement and exercise may be the last two things you want to think of when dealing with either back pain or if, say, you have scoliosis or another disability. But movement can be extremely helpful. I am delighted to introduce our next guest to dive in a little deeper into this topic. She is the founder of Sprial Spine Resources and Pilates Studio in Brentwood, Tennessee. We have Erin Myers with us. Erin, first off, thank you so much for your time. Erin enjoyed a career as a professional dancer. She was with the Radio City Rockettes and has trained in Pilates at the Kane School of Core Integration, but her knowledge, her certifications go far beyond that. She also has a personal experience to share. So Erin, thank you so much for this time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
You are very welcome. So first off, tell us a little bit about your business and what you offer there in Brentwood.
Yep. I have a Pilates studio. It's called Sprial Spine Pilates, and we're in Brentwood, kind of near the Galleria Mall. Okay. And it's a 2,300 square foot studio. I'm actually in the studio right now. I can kind of give you a glimpse of
very nice
the huge studio that we have here. And we do tons of privates. And I've got a staff of 12 that helps me hold down our large clientele base that we have here. We work with kids all the way to people in their 80s living with scoliosis, and then people who just want to work out and they want to have a fabulous Pilates studio. It's a really boutique studio, so we have a lot of high-end clients, a lot of athletes, and a lot of people who are just normal people that want a private experience, we do some small group classes as well on equipment. And then we have Pilates teacher training, and we have workshops specifically for scoliosis as well.
So much. Well, they kind of share with us then why movement is important. Why, if you're dealing with back pain, for those of us who have back pain, whether lower, middle, upper, or someone with scoliosis, why they need to move and maybe start exercising.
Movement is medicine. It just is. Our bodies are made to move. Our bodies are made to heal. And a lot of times when we have some kind of a pathology, whether it's diagnosed or undiagnosed, we have a lot of fear and we stop moving. And that's one of the worst things that you can possibly do. And a lot of times people get injured when they have a diagnosis and they move with someone that doesn't know what to do with their body and with their backs. And so because they get further in pain and they get more injury, they absolutely stop moving. So a lot of times people have to find a lot of courage in order to come through the studio for the first time. And then they get a little, healing balm when they're here, and they're like, I didn't know that I could move without pain. I had an 81-year-old client who came to the studio for the first time 2 weeks ago, and because she wanted to start working on her back pain. I was like, you're my favorite client. Oh my gosh. I know. I was like, it's never too late. And she had a lot of fear because she had worked with a lot of other people, and they had all left her in pain, and she was about to walk out, and she turned around and she said, I'm not in pain. And it's great. That's what the goal is that people can learn to move without pain, no matter what their diagnosis is.
I know that must be like music to your ears when someone, especially her age, who has gone through all that, says something like that to you. For those watching this, you have a personal experience and story because you yourself were diagnosed with scoliosis when you were young.
Yep. I was diagnosed with scoliosis at age 14 with a 17-degree upper curve. So it was just a minor upper curve, diagnosed. And then the doctor said, I'll never need to see you again. So I went about my life, never thinking I needed to do anything about it. Went on to dance with the Radio City Rockettes. Got very injured with my knees, dancing with the Rockettes, and that led me into the realm of Pilates. And when I moved to Nashville from New York City, I opened up my first Pilates studio, and somehow, I don't even remember, word just started to spread that I had scoliosis, and I danced with the Radio City Rockettes. So, of course, I would be able to work with anyone with scoliosis, which wasn't the case at that time. But I had a child brought to me by her parents who had scoliosis, and she said, will you give it a try when we work with my daughter? And I said, yeah, I'd be happy to. Let's give it a try. And so within the first 6 months of me working with her, I was able to decrease her curvature to keep her out of a brace and keep her out of surgery. And so that has been the beginning of my story of working with people with scoliosis. And then fast forward a few more years, I gave birth to my first son, gave birth to my second son, sold my first studio, and I wrote my first book on scoliosis. And I was like, you know what? I should really just get an x-ray and show people what my spine looks like. And at this point, I had an x-ray, and my curve had increased to 35 degrees in my upper curve. And I had now developed a lumbar curve in the other direction, and it was at 25 degrees. And the doctor had told me it was never going to increase. That's why he never needed to see me again. So I had to put into practice all the research that I had read and everything that I was doing on all these other people. So a few years go by, and I was able to decrease my upper curve to the upper teens and my low curve less than 10. And it's daily work, but the spine moves. And so I have to take my own medicine that we give all of the clients here with movement. And it's good. And so, I've been at this for almost 2 decades now, specializing in scoliosis for maybe a decade and a half. And I've had produced 4 books and an app and multiple studios. And so my latest book, I Have Scoliosis, Now What, is pretty much this just massive tome of research and pictures and exercises on just meeting people where they're at in their journey. Because a lot of people, they start, and the number one thing they say is, I have scoliosis. Now what? They just don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. They're not getting the guidance that they need. And so that's the journey. And that's what we're here to meet people.
So, with you, you have your website. We can follow you on Instagram. When people say they don't know where to go, what would you suggest to them? How do they start researching where to go? Again, obviously, you are a wealth of information and a resource for others. But for those who may not be in this area, what do you suggest to them?
Yeah. So my clients or my staff and I, we work virtually with people all over the world on a weekly basis. So so we do privates and we do groups virtually with people. And I would suggest start there. My desire is that people with scoliosis, they can find practitioners in their hometown to care for them. That being said, sometimes that's not available. And so for those people, virtual work is great. And sometimes we're able to train people in the towns where they live and so they can get one-on-one care virtually. And we have actually this last weekend, we had a big retreat at the studio called the Scoliosis Retreat, where people came in from all over the country to learn how to care for their backs so then they can go home and continue to care for them there.
A lot of people deal with lower back pain, so kind of getting away from scoliosis, those who have lower back pain, any back pain at all, what's the first thing they need to do?
Yep. So if you look at the back, we have 5 little vertebrae that are holding up the entire upper torso. A lot of people, when they're, my back's not strong, or my back this and my back that, if it's undiagnosed low back pain and there isn't necessarily a pathology with it, we need to look to the front of the body, and that's the core. That's the abdomen. The abdomen, in essence, kind of takes place of the rib cage, which is higher. In the thoracic spine and the rib cage and the upper mid back, we have kind of this bony circle to kind of help hold it up. In the low back, a lot of back pain takes place because there isn't that bony circle to help hold it up. And the abdominal muscles take place of that bony circle. And if we, are no longer 12 years old and are running around a track and doing volleyball and jumping on a trampoline and playing with our friends and playing gaga ball and all these other things, and we're sitting at a desk for all these hours a day, it's just not getting activated. And so wise Pilates movement is a great place to start.
Okay. Movement is key. And from all the things that I've seen on your Instagram, because I have now looked at pretty much every video, you talk a lot about mobilization.
Yeah, you've got to move. So a healthy back there's going to be this balance between mobility and stability. And there has to be this even balance between them. We can be locked up, no mobility, and be in pain. We can and be strong even. And then we can have a ton of strength, or we can have too much mobility, like a dancer, strength, but or very mobile, but not enough strength. Or we can be locked up and not enough mobility. And the goal is we need to find an even balance between that. We need to find mobility and stability. And kind of the ultimate goal is that we would be able to control our mobility or control our stability. Mobile, stable, strong, flexible bodies.
I feel like we could make an entire 30-minute mornings on Main Street and sit and talk with you the entire time and just get all the information that you are able to give us. Thank you, Erin, so very much. Anything that I haven't asked you that you feel like people who are dealing with this need to hear?
When you're in pain, whether it's from scoliosis or from any other back pathology, the number one thing that you need to do is find courage to step out and go and try another practitioner. Because most likely you've tried a lot. You've tried a lot of PTs, you've tried a handful of personal trainers, group classes, and you probably are in pain, and probably some of them left you in pain. And you're the only one that can find the courage to take a step to go try something else. So I will leave you on that note.
I like that very much because they do not need to be in pain or stay that way. Erin Myers, owner of Sprial Spine Resources and Pilates Studio in Brentwood, Tennessee. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up right after this.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Hi, I'm Stefanie Miller from Mornings on Main Street. Join us March 23rd at Bridgestone Arena with the Nashville Predators for Main Street Media Night. I know Devon O'Day will be here.
You know I will be, Stephanie. Plus, you can register for a Predators prize pack. They were going to call it the Hockey Hootenanny, but they changed. So that it's going to have 4 tickets and food vouchers. You got to register to win.
We're looking forward to seeing all of our Main Street Sports Today fans, right, Chris?
Absolutely, we are. And we could not do this without, of course, our owner, Dave Gould, and our friends here at Smashville.
Speaking of,
where is Dave?
we will see you March 23rd for Main Street Media Night. Let's go, Prince!
Do I have the wrong night?
Welcome back. Being a Wednesday, you know it's time for our Wednesday workout. So we have a 45-minute cardio and strength training workout to share with you this morning. We take you to Burn Boot Camp, Clarksville. There's also other locations in a number of other areas. Here's what the workout is all about.
You are here at Burn Boot Camp, Clarksville. We've been open for almost 8 months now. And yeah, we opened this gym. It's targeted to, women, family oriented. We provide complimentary child watch. So they come in here, they get to, drop their kids off, get time for themselves, and also get a really good workout in too. Every layout is even different. Like, we keep them on their toes. We tell them they come in here, they can turn their brains off, and we tell them what to do, but really they get a little of a challenge to remember what the workout layout is, and we keep them on their toes, that's for sure. But
that's a good thing. I think that's another good aspect of Burn is that it's unique that you come in, and the idea is to turn your brain off, your mind, listen to the trainer, get through the 45 minutes, get some support doing it, and it's a good blend of everything.
I will say, I think what really keeps them coming back in is the community. Our workouts, our fitness product does the trick. It's a great workout. People are seeing results. But I think what brings people back in, day out is the people in here, the community, just the constant encouragement and the accountability that the people in here are creating too. Sundays we send out our protocol to show you what the week looks like. So Monday through Saturday, it runs a little bit differently. So you're not getting bored. We have some days are cardio, some days are strength days, but not every Monday is going to be a strength day. So you're not dreading a Monday every time you come in, but you get a little bit of everything. Some days are full body strength, so a little bit of everything.
Every workout's different. Since we started doing this 5 years ago, or coming in, every workout has been different, which is great. But everyone is challenging at the same time, which is good. You don't know what to expect.
What do they see?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of transformations already in 8 months. We have had, from the inside out, we've had people, so many stories that have been shared with us, just of mental health. But then there's that physical result that we've seen with a lot of them. We have one guy that has lost 80 pounds in 4 or 5 months. We have another, one of our members who's lost 40 pounds. has gotten off all of our medications. So there's been huge transformations, and then there's been smaller ones, but it's been life-changing for a lot of people. And then we also have this floating floor. So this floating floor that we have here has foam blocks under it, so it cushions your joints. So a lot of the HIIT workouts, the jumping, all of that is protected with that floating floor. And then lastly, we provide modifications. So you can walk in here, never work out in your life, and be able to do this workout. So we meet everybody where they're at and give that modification. And you know, there's people in here on all different fitness levels, fitness journeys that are doing their thing and seeing results in their own way.
This product with Burn is so unique because you do have the challenge of the workout where we meet you wherever you're at, and we're welcoming to everybody. So it's a blend of that and people, which is why we did this in the first place. There's just a weird, you can't describe the atmosphere, the support that you get when you're actually in here, where all of a sudden you're losing 87 pounds or you're overcoming that cancer. Just because of the people you're surrounding yourself with.
Right, or the people that hated working out and they come in here and they're doing twice a day because they just love being in here. So I will say the other thing is we have kids camp. So like you'll see we have this window where kids can watch their moms work out or their dads work out. They can see that their child is taken care of. But then we do kids camps once a month. So the kids can come out and do what moms and dads do. And it's just such a good example that these parents are leading to show how to take care of yourself. We're universal as well. So if you were here and you worked in Nashville and you couldn't make it back in time, you can always take that camp in Nashville as well.
I'd like to say thank you to Joe and Thomas for having me at their workout facility. And I bet you're wondering why we're sharing all of these Wednesday workouts. Well, this just gives you an idea of the different workouts that are out there and available to you. All you have to do is take that first step and go in. If you have any questions on Wednesday workouts, please reach out to me here at Main Street Media. That email is smiller@mainstreetmediatn.com. Or if you have a kick butt workout place that you would like for us to check out and share right here on Mornings on Main Street, please share that with me too. Stick with us. We have more coming up after this commercial break. We're heading into the kitchen with Devon and Sylvia.
In Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd. The goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Don't miss a minute of the action this season. Visit NashvillePredators.com/tickets to get your seats today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets. And we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour. It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try. There aren't any cops around.
Didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Tell me your name, sir. Do you know who you are right now?
Welcome back. It is time to head into the kitchen for Devon's Table with Devon O'Day and Sylvia Ganier. Today they're talking sweet wine. Here we go.
Welcome into Devon's Table. I'm Devon O'Day.
I'm Sylvia Ganier.
And today we're going to talk about our sponsor, Amber Falls Winery, and the prettiest bottles. They have the prettiest bottles, don't they?
I love the shape of this bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's one you want to keep for a long time.
I know, it's like a souvenir bottle, but you can also, it's like a souvenir you can actually drink and enjoy.
Yes, this was so lovely and light and surprising to be a dessert wine.
I love it. And when people say dessert wine, it's not like you just have wine as dessert, or you could, but what do you mean? So do I, but I wasn't talking about that kind of thing. When they say a dessert wine, the glass or the what you drink from is very important.
Yes, these are typically very sweet wines. Not just like a Riesling or a sweeter type of wine, but concentrated sweet wines. So you only drink a little bit, and they also are usually much higher in alcohol content. So you want to only drink a little bit, otherwise you will be disrobing.
Well, if that's your game, we can do that too. Not we won't, but your people. Y'all can do that, but that's up to y'all. We're going to just show you what to do and what kind of glasses, and we're going to taste this luscious wine from Amber Falls.
So, different types of sweet wine glasses. This is a coupe style glass. You typically could use it for champagne, but this is a very small one. These are antique glasses, so they're little. So don't get a modern type of coupe glass and think, I'm going to fill up this big glass with the dessert wine. That is not what you would want to do. If you're going to do that, you're going to pour right to the neck of the glass. And what's really cool about this wine is it smells like pecan pie.
Okay, Louisiana pecan pie. I'm going to see. Oh, wow. Yeah.
And it goes wonderful with chocolate.
See how that works?
So this is a standard dessert wine glass, as is this one. This was the avant-garde. I gave it to you because that just suits your personality, right?
It does.
So I'll just take this little guy here on the end. And again, you're only pouring a couple of ounces, 2 to 3 ounces of dessert wine for the first pour.
It's like a dose of NyQuil.
There you go, but much better than that.
Way better.
All right, so pick your pleasure. Which one are you going with?
I think I'm going to go with this one.
You're going with white chocolate.
I know, white chocolate. It's not really chocolate.
Well, I think I'm going to go with this one because I think it's going to go well with the nutty flavor of the wine.
Okay, let me see.
Okay.
Wow.
You get the nut flavor that just jumps out. It's really nice.
Wow, that's so good. I do believe I will.
See, it's so hard to watch us eating and enjoying this. What you really need is to replay this segment after you've gone and gotten a bottle of wine and some chocolate to try it with. And then you
That's
can
so cool.
be eating while we're eating, and it's like a community thing.
Where'd you get these chocolates?
These are just a standard little box of truffles.
A standard little box. This is not standard. You're not going to get this at the Eckards. You know, this is awesome. These are delicious. Get you some really good chocolate. Amber Falls, they're at Opry Mills Mall. Get it right there. And this dessert wine, and it has this little nutty flavor. Nutty wine, nutty host. That's what it is.
Devon and Sylvia, thank you both so much. Always enjoy what you have to share. Okay, so today, our international day today to be recognized is International Women's Day. This is a day that is celebrated in many countries. It's a day to celebrate women's achievements and to bring awareness to discrimination. A little bit of background, this was officially recognized by the United Nations back in 1977. So again, International Women's Day. Ladies, let's raise each other up today and celebrate what all we've done. Thank you so much for joining us here on Mornings on Main Street. We hope to see you back here tomorrow on Thursday. But until then, remember, it's a good day to have a good day.